Hello and welcome to another episode on Football Talk Podcast. My name's Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. Europa League match day 2 is upon us as Liverpool face Union Saint-Giloise. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, at Anfield. I'll be honest, I don't know much about the opponent, but I did do some research so we know what to expect when we face them tomorrow evenings. But before we begin, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to share the video with your friends and family and drop a comment if you would like to be part of the show. So let's talk about Union saying I need to I need to know how to say this name. Saint-Giloise. I'm gonna say USG from now on. They are currently top of the Belgian Pro League, and their record is 6 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So a team in form who have just won 3 games on the bounce in the league. In terms of the Europa League, they drew 1-1 against Toulouse on match day 1. So the big question is, who are the danger men of this team? Their top scorer is Dennis Eka, who has scored 7 goals this season with 1 assist in all competitions. 2 of those goals were coming from the Europa League qualification. Now, you've also got new signing Mohamed Amoura, who has 5 goals in 9 appearances with 1 assist. Another player to look out for is Cameron Puertas, who plays as an attacking mid but can play on the left-hand side sometimes. His tally for this season is 2 goals and 7 assists so far this season. But this fixture is also a nice moment for the McAllister family as Alexis McAllister faces his brother, Kevin McAllister, who signed with USG on loan from Boca Juniors in the summer. So a family reunion is on the cards for this fixture. Let's talk about team news for USG. So unfortunately, they will be without their star striker, Dennis Eka, who has pulled an injury. So let's talk about the lineup. So here is a predicted lineup that I think will be presented against Liverpool tomorrow evening. So in goal, you've got Morris, who is pretty much their mainstay and goalkeeper. Then they're playing a back 3 with Layson, Burgess, and McAllister, who is a right-sided centre-back. Then you've got a midfield 4 of Laposin, Van Hout, Sadiki, and Castro Montes. Up top, you've got Armani, Nielsen, who is going to debutize instead of Ayensa, and Puertas, who is probably one of their creative players in this team. So this is also the same lineup that played against Toulouse. So for me, this is a strong indication that this will be an outfit that plays against Liverpool in this fixture. So let's talk about Liverpool now. So yeah, it's been a stressful few days, to say the least. And I'm only reflecting as a fan with the madness that's surrounding Liverpool and VAR and PGMOL. But let's put that to one side and bring some team news with regards to this fixture, and I will also predict the lineup. So team news, unfortunately, Gakpo suffered an injury against Tottenham with that challenge from Udogie. He's potentially out for a good few weeks, possibly even a couple of months from what I've heard. I thought it was an ankle injury at first, but it's apparently a knee injury, so we'll have to wait and see how he recovers. Thiago is still unavailable. God knows when he'll be selected. I thought he was close to being in the starting lineup, but it is not the case. And then you've also got Bajtic, who I thought was available, but apparently he's suffered a knock as well. So he's not available for this fixture. But the rest of the squad are in contention to play. So what I'll do is I'll present the lineup. Actually, we can talk through it together, as I haven't put the players in the roles of the starting 11, so we can do that together. So let me just share the graphics with you guys. Here we go. So in goal, I think it has to be Kelleher. This is pretty much his competition to get some game time. So I think that's the right call to do that. In terms of the back 4, Tsimikas will be playing in this game, as obviously he needs some game time and some confidence going forward. And I'm going to go with Kwanzaa, who had a great performance in the last Europa League fixture against Lask. And I'm going for Konate for this fixture. I think Matip, despite the own goal, I'm not going to cloud judgment on that little moment there. I think he's been fantastic over the last few weeks, very consistent. So I feel like this is probably the right time to give Konate some game time midweek, and then we'll see how it goes in terms of upcoming fixtures. But for this one, I think Konate will be selected. On the right-hand side, you'd probably say Gomez starts, but I'm actually going for Trent Alexander-Arnold, only because he's just returned from injury. So I feel like this would be a great fixture for him to find his rhythm and get some minutes under the belt as well. And I'm also thinking ahead. So we've got Brighton this Sunday. And for a player that's just returned from injury, and he had a torrid time against their flying winger Mitoma, I don't think it's the right game for Trent to play this weekend. So I would rather he play in this fixture against USG and not be selected for the Brighton game, but be ready for the game after internationals, and that is against Everton. So that would be my sort of 3-match game plan for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Starting this one, be on the bench against Brighton, and then start against Everton. So let me know what you think of that selection there. In terms of the midfield, I think Endo certainly deserves to start. In the last couple of performances, I've really been impressed with him. So another opportunity for him to get some minutes. Midfield will be an interesting one amongst us fans. I think a lot of fans will expect Gravenberch to play because that's what he has been doing recently. He has been playing more of the cup games, including the Carabao Cup and the Europa League. And then you've got Harvey Elliott as well, who's done a great job whenever he's selected or made an impact when he's come off the bench. So I'm going to go for Elliott on the right-hand side of the midfield. And this is the one that will be debatable. I would actually go for Curtis Jones. The reason being is because Curtis Jones is suspended for the next 3 games in the Premier League. So this is a game for him to get some minutes as he won't be available in our upcoming Premier League games. And it will rely on the likes of Gravenberch to actually play this week against Brighton. So that will be my thinking in terms of his selection for this team. Up top, I wouldn't go for Salah. I'd rest Salah for this game. I'd go for Ben Doak, who for me has looked really good whenever he's played for Liverpool in the Europa League. I feel like he's still got a bit of work to do in terms of end product, but the spark he shows, the speed in that first 2 yards, fullbacks are finding it very hard to mark him and defend against him. So I feel like another opportunity for him to continue his development, play against different types of opposition, and really excel in his role. This 2 position, left wing and up top, I'm going for Nunes, who was unfortunate not to get any minutes against Tottenham just because of what panned out in terms of the red cards. So it wasn't the right game to bring on a striker. So I feel like he'll be raring to go in this fixture. And on the left, you've got Diaz, who I was impressed with in the first half against Tottenham, but I feel like he fell off in the second. Then you've got Gakpo, but obviously Gakpo's not available now, so he's not an option. So I'm going to go for Jota on the left-hand side. He's also received a red card. So this is another time or opportunity for him to play some minutes. And then I'm not sure how long his suspension will be. I think because it was a second yellow, I think he'll be only suspended for 1 match. So that'll just give him a break, I think, before the international break. And then when he returns from international duty, he'll be up and ready to play against Everton. So this is my predicted lineup for Liverpool. Let me know what you guys think. Have I selected the right players? Is it a good mixture? Or do you feel like we might go for 1 or 2 big hitters? Maybe add Van Dijk to this lineup or Salah in this lineup. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Prediction. It's at home, so I'm very confident in terms of how we will do. So I'm going to go for a home win, and I'm going to predict a scoreline of 3-0 to Liverpool. And the goal scorers will be Nunes, Jota, and Curtis Jones. So yeah, that's a quick match preview for you guys. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Next show will be tomorrow as we do the match reaction at 10:30 UK time. That's PM, by the way. And it's a call-in session as well. So if you would like to jump on, hit the link in the description, and then we can chop it up live on air. So until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.